How do, and welcome back. Today I'm reviewing one of my Black Friday beers. This is the Mangrove Jack's Australian Classic Bitter, and it's been out in the garage now for just a few days. I think it can still do with a few more, but I thought I'll just do a taste test today and we'll see how it's coming along. Okay, so basically it's a lager, even though it's called a bitter. In Australia, bitters are lagers, basically, unlike in the UK where they're ales. So I'm going to crack it open, pour it, and we'll see how it tastes. Oh, good hiss there, so nicely carved. I used a 3/4 of a teaspoon of sugar to carve the beer, and there it is. That looks a really nice beer. It's starting to clear nicely. I think it could do with a few more days. Just put the top on. Okay, so I brewed this 20 litres. It's a 23 litre kit, but I brewed it down to 20 litres. And that's looking really nice. As I say, it's a lager, and it's a bit darker than your typical lager. It looks a little bit more golden in colour. Nicely carbonated though. A nice lager type cap to the head here. Okay, let's go in for the aroma. Very mild, very subtle. Zesty, lemony aroma with a little bit of dryness, but no malt. I'm not smelling any malt. It's mostly like a lemony zestiness, and then this it's like a dry quality. Okay, well, it looks like a lager. Could do with clearing, like I've said, but I think a few days out here in the garage will sort that one out. We've started to get the winter temperatures now. Okay, cheers everybody. Oh, that's nice. Oh, as I said, I brewed this through 20 litres as opposed to 23, so the flavours are probably a bit more concentrated. Yes, there's a definite lemoniness to the beer. It's very cold. I'm not picking up any malt. That's probably the reason. And there's a really nice, yes, dry bitterness at the back end. So it's like a lager, but with this pronounced bitterness. Maybe a little bit of biscuitiness in the malt. But it's really crisp. Now, I didn't use the kit yeast with this. This is actually a 1 can kit. Well, not 1 can, it's like a bag. But there's about 1.7 kilograms in the bag. So it's like a 1 can kit. And then I used 1 kilogram of dextrose as the extra fermentables. And for the yeast, I didn't use the kit yeast. I used Mangrove Jack's, I think it's M12 California common yeast, which is a lager yeast, but it brews cleanly at 18 or 20 degrees, and that's where I kept this. I kept it at about 1920, and it really has produced a nice, clean, crisp lager type beer. I don't know why they can't just put the proper yeast in with the kits, because Mangrove Jacks have a huge range of different yeasts for different styles of beer. So why can't they just use their own yeasts with their own kits instead of this silver packet sort of generic yeast that they supply? So yeah, that is a really nice beer actually. I think in spring or summer, sat out in the garden, chilled, that'll be a perfect beer. Light bodied, fizzy, carbonated, 3/4 of a teaspoon of table sugar per bottle. So it's nicely carbonated. Pushes all that flavour around your mouth. You've got that lemony citrusiness and a really nice dry bitter, like a pronounced bitterness for a lager, just at the back. And I think that's why the Australians call them a bitter, because you do have that distinctive bitterness at the back end. It's more bitter than your typical lager. That's really nice. Right, that's a thumbs up from me. I think I'll be making that again, probably in the spring or the summer, when I prefer these sort of beers. But yeah, you know, I bought it because it was on a Black Friday offer. £5 for the kit, so you can't complain with that, can you? And then the bag of sugar, which was about £4. Together they came to about £9 something, so that was a bargain, because I'll be honest, I think that's one of the best lager type beers that I've tasted, and I'll definitely be brewing it again. Okay, so I've got a bit of a story to tell you. I was going to put on a dry malt extract boil this weekend. The Abbott's Ale, I think I mentioned it a good few videos ago. I've got this 1970s clone beer book with recipes, and I can convert them to dry extract recipes, and one of them was Abbott Ale, and I like Abbott Ale. But this was the 1970s recipe, and Abbott Ale has changed over the decades. Green King have tweaked the recipe, changed the recipe, and pretty much it's a completely different beer today. So I thought it'd be really interesting to brew the 1970s version, which is probably the same version as what won the award in 1968. So there was a few things I was short of, especially like hop socks. I'm getting short of hop socks, so I wanted to buy some hop socks. Okay. Well, to cut the long story short, my debit card, was frozen, and so I'm thinking, I must have put the wrong number in. I'll try it again. No, it wouldn't. It just said, declined. Contact your bank. So I phoned the bank, so I thought I could afford, it was about 15 quid for the bits and pieces I wanted. So I phoned the bank and they said, yes, we've stopped your card. I said, why? I said, I must have enough in the account. And they said, well, there's been some suspicious behaviour. To cut a long story short, over the festive period, somebody somehow has got all my card details and has been having a bit of a holiday on my expense in 1 week. About £6,000 they've spent. Now I can get the money back. That's the good news. The bank has reassured me that they will have to do a formal fraud investigation, but it's pretty obvious that it's not me. They were booking hotels in London, £100 meals at restaurants in London, they were booking football tickets, but not just the football tickets I buy when me and my son go to football. It's like the cheap seats. No, they were booking boxes. They were £600 for a match or something. They were buying themselves mobile phones. They were buying £200 trainers. I mean, can you get trainers costing that much money? My trainers cost about 15 quid. No, they were absolutely on a jolly for 1 week, and in that 1 week they spent, 5 days, they spent £6,000. So, my bank just said this is not normal spending, and they stopped my card. So when I was trying to buy the stuff I need for my kettle, for my boil, it wouldn't go through. So basically I can't do a brew. I can't do a dry malt extract brew this weekend because I haven't got what I need. And I'm hoping I will be able to do it next weekend, because they've said they're going to send me out a new card with a new pin. Now, there's a couple of days delay, so you'll get the card first, and then you've got to wait for the pin number to be sent to you. I just hope all that comes through in time, that I can put an order in and I can do a brew next weekend, but I don't know. If the pin number comes through on Friday, it's too late. And you've got to activate the card at an ATM using the pin number, and then you can start using it online. So I can't just get the card and start using it. I've got to activate it first from an ATM. So I've got to wait for the pin number. So I don't know if I can even do a brew next week. So I just don't know. But the bank did say, though, that there's a good chance that they'll catch him, because he's been buying so much stuff and he's been doing so much things. It must all lead back to like one address. So when he booked a hotel, it must lead back to one address. He must have booked the hotel in his name, and you have to give your home address. He couldn't give my home address because he doesn't know it. That's not on the card information. It was just he was using my card to pay for it. And of course there's the football stuff and all of this, that the phones. Oh, he had Deliveroo, lots and lots of take-out meals being delivered to him. So they think it should be a pretty clear-cut case, but they can't repay me until they've done their official investigation. So I don't know how he got it, because I'm really careful on the internet when I'm using my debit card, especially. We've got a credit card, but we only use it in emergencies, and let's be honest, hot socks aren't an emergency. I think it was from maybe a dodgy ATM. I've heard that sometimes these people, they'll put something where you put your card in, they'll put like a cover on top, and you can't tell the difference, but it actually reads your card and then sends it off somewhere, and people get all your card details, and then they can make a fake card. I don't know, but yeah, about £6,000 has been taken out of my account, but I'll get it all back. The bank's assured me. It just means that I can't buy anything at the moment, so that's why I've not done a boil. Hopefully I'll be able to do one, touch wood, I'll be able to do one next weekend, but yeah, that's the situation. If not, I do have another beer review. It's a Woodford's Wherry commercial beer. Woodford's is a very small family-owned brewery in Norfolk, but they're very big in the homebrew market. But I'll explain more about that in the next video. And it's going to start off a new homebrew series. So that's something to watch out for. But as for now, this is a really nice beer. And I'll definitely be brewing it again when it comes spring or summer. Very nice lager beer. A little bit on the bitter side, but I like that. And I'm going to enjoy this. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day. And I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye for now.